Kia ora everybody, welcome to Albert Park here in Tiamuri as we see the home side of the Tiamuri Sub-Rugby Union running out onto the field. 100 years was last year for the Sub-Union, and they're playing the New Zealand Army today wearing the black. My name is Bevin Jenkinson. We'll see the Tiamuri College First 15 rolling out. They're going to do a haka, then it'll be the New Zealand Army, they'll return the haka. Hopefully we've got someone sidelined with the microphone. Tune in, sit back and relax. There will be commentary from myself, Bevin Jenkinson and Jeffries. So a couple of rousing hakas there. This is going to be a great match. Grant Cultural, the man in charge of this one, come up from Tiamuri, from Taupo. He's been busy down there with the New Zealand Junior Rugby Festival. Kia ora, DJ, how are you going?
I'm good, mate. How are you doing, Bev?
Yeah, good, mate. Let you call this one. I'm busy behind camera. I'll jump in with comments and everything else that I can think of.
I shall try my best.
Oh, you did it once for me, mate, and did an all right job, so I've asked you back. Just a click on. Can you come back? So it looks as though it's going to be New Zealand Army kicking off, playing right to left. You're a bit of a TA man yourself, Dylan. Who to look out for on this Tiamuri side? It's a sub-union.
I think straight off the back, mate, Latrell Smiler-Arkeong out at fullback is going to control the game. Definitely my player to look out for today.
I do love the 100-year-old referee's jersey that Grant Cottrell's wearing today. I asked him how long ago he received it. Says blow up time on. There you go. Cool.
Yeah, first carry is going to come from Brad Vanderheyden, strong carry of the ball. New Zealand Army up in his face though, good post-contact metres. They come to the right-hand side now, Manahi Galton with a strong carry. Josh Thomas looking for early territory. New Zealand Army, what sort do they have in a counter-attack?
It's all sorts of ranks. DJ on that field for the New Zealand Army team, but you know, talking to them pre-match, they said there's no such thing as a rank on the rugby field.
No,
so.
that's right. So they come left now, looking to rumble it up with the forwards. Nice clean out there from the Army side. Quick play of the ball down the left edge. Great cover defence. Great line speed there from TA. Caden Moorfield. Army look to go the same way. Oh, great offload there from Tavita Falcofa. Army still in position here, just working their way down the field nice and slowly. One-on-one opportunity here on the wing. Oh, might have lost it forward there. No, Cottrell lets them play on. Oh, big defence there from Tiamuri. Carl Finlay. New Zealand Army here just looking to keep their structure with the forwards, keep rumbling upfield. And our first penalty of the day.
Yeah, one for not rolling there. I think it's gone against Nahi Galton. He's the last player to get up. It's generally the one that's guilty.
Usually the one that gets pointed at.
Yep. And the team being carried out here for New Zealand Army first up. You were sidelined just before, DJ, for the Huckers. Is there any wind out there? It doesn't feel like it here in the grandstand.
Like it feels pretty still at the moment, mate.
Let us know where you're tuning in from, folks, who you're supporting. Any comments or questions, we'll try and get round to them in the live stream. Can't guarantee it though, but I will read the comments after the match. Another thing that's great to see, DJ, I'll show it after this result of the penalty. The light armoured vehicles from the New Zealand Army have turned up, and you said quite a few people were climbing in and out.
Yep. Quite an awesome spectacle here at Awamutu.
3 years in the making and a couple of postponements. As the penalty is on the left.
Tom Morrison pushed it to the left.
Those are the LAVs, New Zealand Army LAVs in the background there. So I'll restart the 22.
It's going to be Josh Thomas with the restart for Tiamuri Sub-Union. Spiral dropout. I haven't seen one of those before.
Oh, it's out on the full
out
line.
On the full. New Zealand Army will look to create something here.
I'm not sure what the issue there was, but New Zealand Army.
Oh, bloodbin by the look of it.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, had looked as though they were interested in a quick line out, which I mean you can, because you've got the option of a 22, restart of a 22, a scrum, or a line out.
Yeah.
So, you know, he would have been well within his means, except for a bit of patchwork being done there to the New Zealand Army hooker, Kobe Devery, sorry. So Some might say that's what ended my refereeing career. DJ was my eyesight.
First scrum here, New Zealand Army will have the feed. It's interesting to see how these two scrums are going to match up here. These are the first of the day.
I think New Zealand Army had a game against New Zealand Navy a couple of weeks ago. So they've had a bit of match practice. Tiamuri Sub-Union, the Peace Cup ended probably a month ago now. So some of these guys might be lacking a little bit in match practice for the Sub-Union. Now we say Sub-Union, DJ, but how good's your memory on all those unions that are involved?
Wow, that's a test.
I know we've got Tiamuri Sports.
Tiamuri Sports, Awamutu Rugby Club, Otrahonga, Rongi over at the Mountain, and Kiki Rugby Club, I believe. Strong scrum from Tiamuri.
I think you did a pretty good job there, mate, for a TA mate yourself.
Strong scrum from Tiamuri, earning a penalty. All the backs rushing in, slapping them on the back. Letting them know, job well done.
You being a hooker, you'd know all about those backs claiming it as their victory, wouldn't you?
Oh, it's always the halfback's job to win the scrum, mate, so he always gets the handshake. And Tia will have the line out 5 metres inside their half. Captain Brad Vanderhayden, the hooker today for Tiamuri. See how his first line out goes.
I was going to say something there, DJ, but a few years of commentating that now, I've realised you don't say those sort of things.
Strong run up the centre.
Just a little knock on, I think.
Small knock on there from Carl Finlay after a charging run.
Good Parongia man, Carl Finlay, one of the crowd favourites down there. The couple of times I've been down to Parongia. Yep. I certainly love Carl Finlay.
Loved by all, Carl Finlay. He's a good team man and loves the ball in space, as you've just seen. Will TA look to smash another penalty here is another question. Pressure on for New Zealand Army in this scrum.
Yeah, big one to Tiamuri first. It was a defensive scrum as well. Yeah. Maybe they can turn it again.
Number 8 here for the Army picks it off the back. Penalty advantage coming here for New Zealand Army.
Oh, that's gone against Tiamuri's number 8, Carl Finlay. And again, an action pre-binding, not before the ball's out. Chance here for New Zealand Army to return the kick on their own 10 metre line.
Great touch finder.
Well, both teams at the moment, Dylan, they seem to be playing some running rugby. Little couple of handling errors from both sides that are letting them down, but at the moment, positive rugby.
Yep, positive rugby, mate. It's what we love to see on days like this, and certainly keeping the crowd entertained.
Well, there's enough of the crowd out here to be entertained,
yeah, exactly. First line out here for the Army. Strong midfield carry. They come out left again here through the hands, looking to come wide early. Oh, slight knock on, I think.
Knock on, forward pass, take your pick.
Take your pick.
On that one. Big thanks to the sponsors of this match today: CRV, Ecolab, FCO, RSA, Farm Source, Reimer Ag, Noldy Rust from Ray White, and Power Chill New Zealand. Big ups to them, because days like this, Dylan, and especially in the climate we live in, you can't do anything without a bit of money behind you, can you?
You cannot do anything without a bit of sponsorship behind you, mate. So shout out to them for helping us out, getting this game on today. Scrum here for Tiamuri, just 5 metres inside their own half. Could be a little 8-9 play right here to free up Latrell Smiler Archeon. Josh Thomas kicking for territory. Taken comfortably by the New Zealand winger.
Good dummy being shown there.
Another offload. Oh, he's away. The number 8 from New Zealand Army, Ben Luiana. Tiamuri scrambling to get back on side here. And into touch. Great defence. George Pullman out on the right edge here.
Oh, there's a bit of talk.
Latrell Smiler's gone for the quick tap. A little bit isolated though, needs some teammates on him. Phil Lord comes on with a strong carry, a good 10 metre run up into that carry. Penalty advantage coming here for Tiamuri as they look to go wide. Through the hands it goes. Referee Grant Cottrell blows the whistle.
Taken without the ball, I think that call was. And he's just going to have a chat to the New Zealand Army captain. I think discipline on both sides at the moment, just letting them down. There was something from that previous line out, it was definitely off the ball. Whether it was back chat or just a bit of a scuffle that he's penalised them for. Just very quickly, Dylan, great result from the All Blacks on Thursday night, regardless of what you think of that decision. Did you agree with it or not as a player?
Watching that game, mate, I have to agree with it. I believe the ref gave him a fair amount of warning to kick the ball, even blew time off. But
my only issue with it, DJ, and I've said this a few times today to people, and I'll say it all the time, was the fact that, he'd warned them beforehand, but the easiest way to deal with time wasting like that, yes, that's exactly what Bernard Foley was doing. He penalised them earlier on. Just because it's in that last minute, shouldn't mean you blow the penalty then. That was my only issue with it, is we've got some running repairs to another man that's been in the action again, Kobe Devery. I've done it a couple of times in the 15 years I refereed, and I tell you what, the 2 times I did it, it wasn't in the same game. You do it once, and they won't stuff around again.
That's right. It certainly left a lot to speculation. Everyone will have their opinion, but it's one of those things that's been and gone now. As TA kick for touch, and they'll have a line out just on the 22 metre line.
The Swakato, the Mooloo's rugby side playing down in Dunedin tomorrow afternoon, after their good win on Wednesday night against Southland. One against the throw there.
One against the throw by New Zealand Army. Bit of a loose pass as they look to recalibrate themselves. Halfback Tony Sheriff's signalling his troops that he's going to look for his fly half. Here it is, Jack Ryan puts it downfield looking for touch. A great clearance.
Something I learnt last year with the New Zealand Universities side, there's some bloody good players out there who aren't playing top level rugby for whatever reason. I'm not saying New Zealand University side isn't top level rugby. When the Antrim aren't being played beforehand, before that game, that says enough. But plenty of talent out there to show, and a great game to be able to be played too.
Yeah. Collected at the back from Manahi Galton. Taylor's come right through. Oh, that's penalty New Zealand Army.
Penalised the first TA player leaving his feet.
Another great chance here for the New Zealand Army to kick downfield and get some territory to attack off.
The sun's come out a bit. It was clouded over come the end of the first 15 match.
Jack Ryan, great touch finder.
In regards to that 15 match, DJ, I'm looking for my bookmaker because I had money on Tiamuri winning that one. If you are interested, folks, the first 15 scored and converted on full time to win that one against the past players. Don't mind my sense of humour, folks.
Another line out, one against the wrong throw. Manahi Galton cleans up. Quick hands from TA, offload from Carl Finlay. Out to Latrell Smiler Archeon, watch him in space. As they rumble up over the halfway. Out left. Ooh, Brad Vanderhayden. Fortunately though, TA were playing under the advantage. Ooh.
Well, I think there's been a bit of words being said out there just from what Grant Cottrell's signalling. So he's going to have another chat, couple of chats. Oh no, he's going to allow play to carry on. Inside 13 minutes. Thank you.
Tiamuri here have a line out just inside of the 22. Another messy line out from Tiamuri, but clean ball through the back line. Josh Bennett. Cup of Crown. Oh, he done all the work, but passed it to the wrong man.
I was going to say it was a great pass, just the wrong jersey.
Here's New Zealand Army again looking to find an exit. There you go. And New Zealand Army will find touch. About 10 metres past the 22, Tiamuri ball.
I haven't got the stats up yet though, DJ, but Tiamuri's had a lot of territory at the moment. And I was watching a game on Sunday, and big congratulations to the Hamilton Boys High School first 15 for taking out the national title. They had 67% possession, 68% territory, 14 minutes inside the opposition 22, and only won the game on full time. So it just goes to show what stats can mean sometimes.
Yep. TA here come right through to Cup of Crown. Quick tip on from Latrell Smiler. George Pullman in space. Ball back inside. Yet again, can't find the right jersey. As New Zealand Army take it over the 22, trying to find an exit once again. Oh, great turnover from Tiamuri.
Yeah, not releasing is the call.
I think that's the skipper, Brad Vanderhayden, over the ball again.
It was one of those standout players, and that's the reason why Tiamuri Sports managed to get to the quarterfinals this season after a couple of rough ones in the Waikato Premiership.
TA once again the line out, this one about 5 or 6 metres from the try line. TA be hoping for some clean ball this time and execute an attack. Front ball's the option. As they set a maul, Carl Finlay's in the boot. Gets through the first tackle. TA just metres away now. Strong defence from the New Zealand Army. Kobe Devery is off the line. Oh. Grant Cottrell
going in from the side. Oh no, it's been knock on, sorry.
Knock on
I was looking at the wrong arm. Now, because I gave you a bit of luck from the first game you commentated with me, DJ, but thanks for turning up on time today.
No, that's right, mate. I can't be late in my own hometown, can I?
At least acknowledge it today. Hopefully you enjoyed the coverage, everybody. It's a pleasure to have your company wherever you are tuned in. Let us know in the comments. I pulled my phone out to have a look at a couple of times, but then sidetracked by 100 other things. Please don't click on any of the links in the comments, folks. They are spams and scammers. They'll ask you for your credit card and then help themselves.
Tiamuri here, 5 metre scrum from the line. Strong scrum as they come off left here. Josh Bennett, short ball to Cup of Crown. Underneath the post. What a try. Tiamuri opens their account.
That was a brilliant inside ball. And you're not going to stop someone like Te Kapa Crown that close to the line. When you mentioned Latrell, Smoller, Keong, Dylan, and in the build-up, I was going to say you wouldn't look far to Te Kapa Crown from Otaronga either.
No, No, certainly a strong player to cut the ground. He left Tiamuri College and headed down to Oklahoma Sports, and he's just made leaps and bounds in his career so far.
Having a look at the replay here, just the scrum, I was actually expecting, you'll see with the camera work, because I am your cameraman today as well, I was expecting that ball to go blind, but instead it went open, and it was just a nice ball, and it was a decent attempt coming in from the number 10 for New Zealand Army, Jack Ryan, but unlike the conversion, the tackle was successful.
George Foreman adding the 2 points out in front. Tiamuri leads 7-0.
Apologies folks, I got the score up for the wrong game. That's my one for the day, DJ. Something else, but I'm managing to do it. So if you want to shift so you can see the game.
Jack Ryan with the restart. And Josh Thomas with an early exit in the opening play. Will find touch 11 metres inside the Tiamuri half.
A little bit of a win for Tiamuri Sports from the kick-off. I think New Zealand Army, just the way they're going, they probably could have gone shorter there and more contested the ball instead of playing for the territory. Tiamuri showing that they, well, both sides showing that they can tack well with ball in hand from wherever they are.
Simple line out from New Zealand Army up at the front. And they find the forwards in the midfield. Strong carry. As they get up past the 10 metre line in the Tiamuri half. Oh,
felt that one.
Defence again. Brad Vanderheyden, man on a mission. Little chip in behind from Jack Ryan. Will find touch. Penalty New Zealand Army.
Maybe
possibly
lack of use of arms there.
Possibly Brad Vanderheyden's hit him too hard.
There will be a highlights package, folks, of both games. Both games will have their own highlights package that'll be uploaded to Bev's broadcasting a bit later on. That's the reason why I keep reaching in front of you, DJ. It saves me half the day, at least, per game. Looks as though Jack Ryan's asked for the tea. Oh no. I saw a man with the tea coming out, but he's now turned around and said, we'll seek the line. It's not a bad military name, Jack Ryan, is it? I mean, it's more in the spy world, but yeah. The character has a military background.
Yep. New Zealand Army will have a line out here, just inside the Tiamuri 22. Be interesting to see what their tactic is here. Job number one, though, is winning the line out.
Yeah, well, it's been one apiece against the throw. I think on the only 2 line-outs we've had, so someone's got to win their own ball.
Bit messy, but New Zealand Army do come away with it. As they find forwards now. Harrison Black with a strong carry. Forwards coming around the corner here. Out to the other front rower, Cameron D. Prop to prop there. Looks like Brad Vanderheyden's got in there and held the ball up. Gets to ground though, the ball comes out. Penalty New Zealand Army. Not sure what that one was there for, Bev.
Illegally once the ruck had formed. And scrum called from New Zealand Army, just on the opposition 22. Not a bad call because you're midfield as well.
Midfield, so it opens up options either way. Might just look for the number 8 to come off the back here. Strong runner of the ball, Ben Liliana. See AJ Quinn and Chris Bennett are tuning in. Thanks very much, folks. strong TA scrum. Oh, great ball from Tony Sheriff. Finds his second 5 and Tavita Falcofa. Great try, New Zealand Army.
Yeah, they were showing some signs earlier in their last time that they came down into the 22. And that time was, they just basically did what Te Kapa Crown did earlier on for Tiamuri. And they're on the board. Be the try replay coming up. So that scrum, Dylan and I both said was midfield. Ball was moved 8-9, and tell you what, he had to have some hands there as he caught it, and then just gave it off to his teammate. And no such thing as an easy kick, and that's definitely what I think what Ryan will be saying after that conversion, because it was virtually out in front and he's missed it. Oh no.
Didn't put the conversion on for us.
That's 7-5, apologies to Tiamuri.
First kick off of the day here for Tiamuri. See if he puts up a contestable here, Josh Thomas. Oh, well.
That one's going to make the highlight reel.
That one's going to be in the highlights, I'm sorry, Josh. New Zealand Army have it midfield. They come to the left. And they spread it wide. Cruz Penny with a strong carry into the Tiamuri half.
Injured player for Tiamuri sub-union.
Josh Thomas. Not sure if he's pulled a leg injury there, or if it's just his pride's a little bit hurt from that kick.
Do you think it's tasteful if we show that replay, DJ?
I know Josh personally, so I'm sure he won't mind.
Sure he won't mind. Incoming folks, actually you shouldn't say that with the New Zealand Army playing. Don't worry, it's not the try. See, we see Josh Thomas. See on the replay whether he actually did something in that. Kicking ahead, a bit of a stutter. No, sorry, he's just bouncing the ball and he's come in. I think he's overextended there, eh? He's overextended the leg.
Great slip catch there from the number 8 of the New Zealand Army.
So now back live. If you're watching it back, Josh, send me your details, mate. I'll clip it for you and save it.
Josh Thomas back up on his feet now. Looks like it's just a little bit of cramp. Quick stretch and a cuddle from Carl Finlay, and he's back and ready to play.
Oh, that'd fix almost anyone, wouldn't it?
Oh, I think so, mate.
Usually opposition.
Scrum here for New Zealand Army, just inside of the Tiamuri half.
Games can be watched back afterwards, folks. The live stream will stay up on the Bev's Broadcasting Facebook page as an early free kick for an early push.
TA just a little bit eager there. They feel they have the dominance in the scrum. Quick tap here from Tony Sheriff. They spread it wide out onto the wing now. Strong run, busting tackles. They're going to come
high though. That last tackle just coming, the old seatbelt.
A bit high. A few disciplinary problems here, Bev, today.
Yeah, but it's going to have to look at that. Grant Cottrell won the James Houghton Memorial Trophy this year. Referee of the Year. James Houghton, young referee in the Waikato from Morrinsville, who was killed in a motorcycle accident a couple of years ago. So he was only the second winner. As New Zealand Army have kicked for touch. Also great to see in terms of Waikato referees, DJ, first time ever Wednesday night that a husband and wife have AR'd a match. Ben and Larissa Willerton doing the job.
Yeah, awesome spectacle that was, mate.
Two great people as well.
Two great people. New Zealand Army look to win their own throw here, just inside the Tiamuri 22. Ooh, quick trick play at the front.
Yeah, I think Laia Fraser's taken that.
So they look to come wide now. Ben Luiana with a strong carry and the offload. Ooh, just travelled forward. It'll be Tiamuri with the scrum on their own 22 in the midfield.
What's it like to play in a team like this in conditions where you're playing with your own teammates from your club, but you're also playing players you know as well in the surrounding areas?
It's quite an interesting point of time when you turn up for the first training for a team like this, and you've got to get to know everyone and apologise for a few discrepancies you've had with each other on the field. But
what happens on the field stays on the field, as they say.
But everyone comes together, mate, and we're all one brotherhood in the union, and we get the job done.
Yeah, covered the Peace Cup a few years ago, and it's a great little format with Eastern Bay of Plenty, Thames Valley, Piarco, and a few other sub-unions that reached the 100-year milestone itself in 2021 as well. New Zealand Army, the current holders of the King George Trophy, something that was competed for just after the Second World War. I think they played the New Zealand Navy for that cup. Condolences to the royal family for their loss as well. Not a royalist myself, but 70 years in charge of a top job like that DJ takes some doing.
Yeah, it certainly does. She's the top lady, our Queen. Condolences to the royal family. Carl Finlay off the back. Finds the Latrell Smiler Archeon with a bit of footwork, finds the inside ball. Josh Bennett into acting half, marshalling the troops as they come midfield now. And quick play here from Tiamuri. Lovely offload to Kappa Crown. Oh, just loses it forward in the tackle. Things were starting to look up for Tiamuri. To Kappa Crown in space yet again.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. Both teams looking to attack and looking pretty positive with ball in hand. And I think maybe Te Kapa just was trying to look for an offload there, but definitely didn't have anyone close. It would have been probably a 75-25 ball had it been thrown, and the 75 wouldn't have been in his
certainly not
favour. Another condolences too, folks, to the Willie Lose family, of course, former Tongan international, captain the side at the 95 Rugby World Cup, and turned commentator. I'm sure he remembered this to his dying day, DJ, but he actually commentated with me on the first ever time I commentated a game of rugby, and met him a few times, and a great guy and a big loss to the rugby fraternity.
New Zealand Army here. Ooh. Slight knock on there from New Zealand Army.
I think the Army player, mate, just overrun that ball.
They're certainly charging on to it. Maybe just left his run a little bit too early for that.
Sport's an easy thing when you're sitting up the grandstand though, DJ, watching.
It certainly is. That's why I'm up here and not down there playing. Certainly easier up here.
So I can't criticise too much because my playing days are long gone as well. So, well, not that yours aren't, but mine are definitely long gone.
Another midfield scrum here for Tiamuri. Strong scrum marching forward. They come left now to Josh Thomas. Miss ball to Kappa Crown in space yet again. Oh, just fails to put his winger away there. So they are looking dangerous on that left-hand side, Bev.
Yeah, going with Te Kapa Crown. It's Jeffries Morgan wearing the number 11 jersey on that left wing. Te Kapa Crown playing in centre with George Pullman on the right wing. stolen against the throw.
Brad Vanderhayden looks to carry. Strong carry again, beating the first tackle. Quick ball here. Oh, Josh Thomas. A few handling errors lately, Bev.
Yeah, I think the New Zealand Army on defence are forcing those. And when they've got the ball in hand, it's probably their own little doing, just something's not quite clicking.
Certainly
It's not an easy thing to having played one game 3 weeks ago and then playing another one. I mean, as they say, you can train all you like, but there's nothing replaces match fitness, you know, being in the moment itself. You can train all you like on a Tuesday and Thursday night under lights. Out there on a Saturday can be a different thing.
Strong scrum from Tiamuri, marching the New Zealand Army back. Missed ball out to Maloli Aiono. Kick back inside. Strong chase here from NZ Army. Latrell Smiler Archeon is there to clean up at the back. As TA look to counter-attack. Latrell Smiler Archeon, strong carry. Quick ball down the short side here for Tiamuru. Josh Thomas breaking tackles. As TA continue to rumble forward. Backdoor play, Josh Bennett with the skip ball. Just going to ground there for Tiamuru. Play on though is the call, and New Zealand Army pick it up. Referee Grant Cottrell blows his whistle. Knock on Tiamuru, scrum New Zealand Army.
Now I'm going to set myself up here, Dylan. But, you know, there was a bit of the old Yogi Bear. Too much razzle, not enough dazzle. The reason why I say set myself up, well, why was only one Yogi Bear created?
I'm not sure why is that.
They tried to make a second, but it was a boo-boo.
Well, folks, tuning in, at least the rugby is good to watch, not our banter.
They don't get much worse than that, sorry, Dylan.
We'll try and work on a better one for the viewers. Another strong scrum from Tiamuru. Penalty Tiamuru. Strong scrum again. Really showing dominance at scrum time.
Yeah, I think it's against the loose head for New Zealand Army, Harrison Black, for boring. He's just been basically forced inwards on that one. Probably as a hooker, Dylan, you know, you'd be quite glad because it's not you being penalised in the middle of the scrum, is it?
Yeah, it's always a pain, mate.
Not much you can do about it.
No. Josh Thomas found touch, 5 metres inside the New Zealand Army half. TA hoping again for clean ball off the top of their line out.
Great to have Aaron Leopard and Carl Peake also assisting Grant Cottrell today in this one.
Nice ball off the top from Tiamuru. So find the back line now to Josh Bennett. Oh, Carl Finlay on the short ball, just couldn't hold on to it. The New Zealand Army turn it over. Yet again, line speed from New Zealand Army causing problems for this Tiamuru backline.
Yeah, I'm not sure either team would be too happy about the first 35. But probably when it comes to defence, they're just shutting that Tiamuru ball down, and both tries only being scored from a short ball. I mean, credit to both try scorers, but
yeah. New Zealand Army scrum 10 metres inside the Tiamuru half. Reset from Grant Cottrell, not happy with what he's seeing.
Have you ever gone through a game of rugby without a scrum reset?
I don't think there's ever been a game of rugby ever, mate, that hasn't had a couple of resets.
I doubt that too. So I wondered whether you had one.
There's always a stroppy prop who gets a bit tired and has to have a little reset.
Sucking the lungs just a little bit more, eh?
New Zealand Army set up to go right here.
Yeah, it's the second time Tiamuru's been pinged there for early release of the bind. Not sure who that one's gone against, but it's definitely against the Tiamuri Sub-Rugby Union.
Jack Ryan finds touch. New Zealand Army will have the line out, 12 metres, or rather 3 metres just past the 22.
They have to be careful here. They've gone short, but in the short numbers, but they've lost a couple against the throw. So it's a 6-man line out. Into the front again.
Another penalty goes way of New Zealand Army. Quick tap here from the halfback, Tony Sheriff. Penalty advantage again for New Zealand Army. Strong carry in the midfield. New Zealand Army rumbling ever closer. And again a pick and go. Number 4, Logan Brophy. Penalty again. Tiamuri might just need to be careful here. That's a few back-to-back now. See what the tactic is here. Quick tap by the looks of it. No.
Well, I'm glad they've done that to you as well as me now, DJ.
Sold me the dummy big time. Go for touch, and New Zealand Army will have a line out 5 metres from the Tiamuri try line. New Zealand Army desperate for clean ball here.
Where would you go here, DJ? I mean, twice they've gone to the front. Harrison Black standing at the front ready to lift, but I wouldn't discount that.
I'd look for Elijah Fraser, mate. Number 5 in the middle. Big, tall timber. I'd try and find him.
Good call. Well, it was a good call, DJ.
Right, straight. And that'll be the half.
Interesting first half of rugby here at Albert Park in Tiamuri. Dylan Jeffries, thoughts for Tiamuri going into Oranges?
Look, I think they just need to get a little bit deeper in the back line. The New Zealand Army's line speed's certainly causing trouble for them at the moment, so maybe just taking that extra step, giving them a little bit more time to play off the ball.
And for the New Zealand Army side?
I think they just need to keep doing what they're doing, mate. They're certainly disrupting the Tiamuri's ball and just taking their time and keep marching down the field like they are. Right in this game, 7-5 at half time. Yep. And second half coming up.
And just before we go to half time, big thanks to CRV, Ecolab, AFCO, RSA, Farm Source, Raima Ag, Noldy Rust from Ray White, and Powell for their sponsorship of this match. Tune back in about 5 minutes and we'll have you the second half action. New Zealand Army currently trailing 5-7. Alright, welcome back to the second half action between Tiamuri Sub-Rugby Union and New Zealand Army 7-5. A try piece with the conversion only settling it at the moment. Bevin, Jenkinson and Dylan Jeffries in the call.
Much better kick-off from Josh Thomas, finding deep into the New Zealand Army 22. New Zealand Army look to go left here into the middle of the field. Strong defence again from Tiamuri. A few offloads in the tackle here from New Zealand Army, looking to open up the Tiamuri defensive line as they go left again. Another strong carry. Out to the big boys in the middle now, Cameron D with a strong carry. Back the short side. Strong carry from Dean Trina. Back again to Vita Fokuffa, the try scorer. Oh! Ball goes to ground, the last pass.
There's about a half a metre in the breadbasket and the knees there. It's a good old offload there. DJ, you probably put the commentator's curse there, I'm afraid. Went straight onto the knee, onto the thighs.
What a start from number 22 from New Zealand Army, Dean Trainer. 2 touches of the ball, 2 line breaks, and nearly scores the try.
Well, that's a substitution at half time. Good spotting, DJ. I can't see any others out there. Great to have your company though, folks, wherever you are tuned into this one, courtesy of Bev's Broadcasting. Let us know in the comments who you're supporting, where you're tuning in from. Greatly appreciated. We'll try and get round to some during the live stream, can't guarantee, but I do go back and read them after the match. I think Matamata, no, sorry, it was Hamilton Maris that told me off one night. I was sitting in the club rooms and they were wondering what I was doing, looking on my laptop still. Reserves jerseys to be auctioned off tonight in the Tiamuri Sports Club rooms here at Albert Park. Proceeds to go to various charities.
Another strong scrum from Tiamuri as they look to come left now to Josh Bennett. Replacement half Ryan McNeil is now on for Tiamuri, marshalling his troops. Finds young prop Manasi Mohanga and they've come on from the substitution bench as Josh Thomas finds the paddock down midfield in clearance. Oh! Tom Morrison showing he's got a bit of flair. Quick tap from Troy Sheriff as they look to expand wide. Another strong carry from Harrison Black. Advantage again, New Zealand Army. It's a quick play through the back door again to the try scorer, Tavita Faukapa, and he's in for a double, Tavita Faukapa.
Oh, there's great ball movement there for New Zealand Army, scoring their second. It makes this game very interesting, DJ. 3 minutes into the second half.
Straight away, mate, New Zealand Army have come out, they've defended hard and they've got just rewards. I think it was again Dean Trainer coming in with the last pass there. Great start to his game if it was his last pass.
We'll try and guarantee Tavita Faukapa. See here on the replay, an advantage, but offside. And you're right, Dylan, it was number 22, Dean Trainer, making that offload.
And yet again, Bev, the short ball seems to be doing the work for both sides today. And yet again, Jack Ryan just pushes it across the post.
Yeah, 10-7 though, they lead. Short ball scored 3 tries today.
Substitution coming on now for New Zealand Army. Number 20, Jimmy Bergen's coming on.
I see somebody might have picked up on my scoring issue earlier on, DJ. Apologies, but thanks for picking up on that, everybody.
Lovely kick, Josh Thomas, hanging up in the air, allowing TA to put pressure on the catcher. Penalty advantage, New Zealand Army already. As they go for the wipers kick across field. Latrell Smile-Archeon smart up to it though. Penalty, New Zealand Army. Tiamuri's discipline's lacking already, Bev. Message didn't get put across in the half-time oranges.
That wasn't too bad of a restart from Josh Thomas. He's definitely pulled up okay after that wobbly one. It's well weighted and great deeping shown, but again, discipline, Dylan, as you said, it was not dominating the first half, and it's a bit guilty 4 minutes in to the second.
New Zealand Army, Jack Ryan finds touch 5 metres inside New Zealand Army half.
So there's a number 23 on for Tiamuru's, and don't have that number actually. Oh, it's Ryan McNeil, sorry, playing half.
Nice clean line out from New Zealand Army. They look to come wide now, and again for our man, Dean Trainer, again through the midfield with a strong carry, still going.
Great leg movement too.
New Zealand Army play off the back of that, playing quick ball. They come left to Elijah Fraser. They come out to the right now into the midfield.
Playing under advantage as well.
Left again to the new man on the field, Jimmy Bergen, with his first carry, a strong carry. Oh, funnel ball from the halfback, Troy Sheriff.
That one might make the highlights, that the old funnel ball, Carlos Spencer. Well, I suppose it's only called a King Carlos if he gets intercepted, but well, I'll come back to that offside advantage that was being played. See Danjo White saying you can't stop the 8 ball to Vita Hukafa. It's definitely a short ball onto the running man. And to score that second try for New Zealand Army, which currently have the lead.
Currently have the lead and currently have the line out 12 metres from Tiamuru's try line. Clean ball again to the back of the line out. However, not straight.
Yeah, it's the second one in a row for New Zealand Army that hasn't gone straight. The first one being in the first end of the first half. And when you're being pinged like that, DJ, as a line-out try yourself, what have you got to do? Is it a mindset thing, or?
Yep, just the mindset thing, mate. You need to just take a breath, reset, go back to what you know, and just trust in your technique.
Great to see the ball kids being in action here. The near side with the black and white of Parongia. And on the far side, as is the scrum reset, is some kids from Oahu. Both probably, 10-15 minutes away from where we are, Dylan?
Yep, about 10-15 minutes.
Oahu, a little bit north, and Parongia definitely south of Tiamuri, underneath the mountain. Waikato's actually I shouldn't say that being from Paeroa, but more central Waikato, shall we say, only mountain. Being from Paeroa, it's about 15-20 minutes away from Mount Tiaraha on the Kaimais.
Strong scrum from New Zealand Army, and they win a scrum penalty.
Yeah, and going from ground cultural signalling there, it's something you don't see often, but I saw last weekend, hands in the scrum.
Hands in the scrum, yep.
Yeah.
Quick tap from New Zealand Army. They get it to the new man on the field, Jimmy Bergen, with another strong carry. Look out as New Zealand Army look to come right here. Dean Trainer again looking for some ball. New Zealand Army just inches away now.
Offside being called there against Tiamuri.
New Zealand Army get the penalty, and the quick tap coming here from... Oh, great defence. Carl Finlay again. As TA clear the ball. Still stayed in touch. Strong chase here. Cleaned up beautifully by Jack Ryan, and the pressure's on though. Close to the touchline. New Zealand Army players still scrambling to get back in line here.
Another offside.
Another offside. New Zealand Army getting the penalty again.
I think the New Zealand Army halfback should be count himself a little bit lucky there. He's actually lost that as he was trying to tap it.
Oh, quick tap here from New Zealand Army as they look to come right again. Penalised for not rolling. Yeah, got to be careful here, Bevin. That's 5 or 6 penalties already in the half.
Yeah, just having a chat to the captain there. It's the player guilty of it. Getting up to his feet. Is New Zealand Army running on some substitutions. Cameron Wright coming onto the field in number 18. And just waiting for the player that's made his way off. It's number 3, Cameron D, who's had a pretty decent game in the front row. We saw Tiamuri dominating early on in the first half, DJ, but New Zealand Army have really turned those tables around, probably come that 30-minute mark.
Yep, they certainly have, mate. They're certainly the more dominant team at the moment. Looks like number 23, Jared Deal's just come on for New Zealand Army, replacing the very impressive number 12, Tavita Falkafa. The Army fine touch right on the 22.
Well, this Tamatoa row party saying number 12 is actually Nani Lamapi, or claiming it at least. I'm sure Tavita wouldn't argue with that if he gets confused, but another not straight in the throw at line-out time, DJ.
Yep, Kobe Jeffries just having a bit of a tough time at the moment. That's 3 in a row he's had not straight.
Great to see there's a few New Zealand Army supporters up here on the grandstand behind us, DJ, as well as online. Being the away team, I think they flew into Hamilton last night from various parts of the country.
Tiamuri scrum on their own 22. Spits out back. Josh Bennett has a carry. There's a loose ball out. Latrell Smiley-Archeon gets the ball. Releases, gets back up and carries on. Finds the inside ball to Kappa Crown. Just struggling to find the ground here. Does get there. And Tiamuri will look to come left. Through the forward pack. Caden Moorfield, great carry. And they come left again, wider ball. Ted Todor with a strong carry up to the halfway.
I think it's his first touch of the game.
Any advantage to Tiamuri. Brad Vanderhayden for a carry. And Grant Whistle goes it up. New Zealand Army not rolling away in that ruck.
Tell you what, Dylan, that man in number 6 jersey is almost unrecognisable for how I remember him. He has lost some...
You cannot tell me that it's Ted Todor.
Well, that's what we had.
I refuse to believe it.
And I was going to say, I've been told he's lost quite a bit of weight too. Normally a tight head for a Toronga sport.
That is impressive. I would not have called Ted Todor on that run. STA have the line out. Nasi Mahanga to throw the ball. Nice clean ball off the top. They look to come right now. The short ball to our man again, Ted Todor. Tiamuri to continue to go right. A little bit isolated there. Replacement halfback Ryan McNeil picks and goes.
Tekla not releasing the penalty.
Just taken high there. Oh, Manahi Galton, very lucky. Knocked the ball on the quick tap, however, off the mark, so they get to take it again.
I think that's 3 for the game, actually.
Yeah, that's 3 for the game.
3 that have been lost on the tap, but all have been off the mark, so instead of a scrum. Been very lucky, those 3 players.
Great touch. Great touch finder from Tiamuri, about 8 metres from the try line.
Great to see the LAVs, or light armoured vehicles, that you can see in the background there from New Zealand Army. So they've made their way up north from the base.
Messy ball, Carl Finlay there to clean up. Not sure what.
No, it might have been a knock on in the line out there. So scrum from that line out infringement. That took some bit of grape out of there. Dylan, you and I were trying to figure out Waiuru military base. I was going with Wyoming, you were going with Waiuku. we had the right country at least, Dylan.
Yeah, had the right country at least, that's what counts. New Zealand Army scrum, 7 metres from their own try line.
And I think it's gone against the...
Nahi Galton straight down.
Yeah. It's definitely on that far side that went down. So no mistaking who's at fault for it. Unfortunately for Manahi Galton. As apologies folks, we've just lost the camera for a second. It will be back soon. Back very soon. Carry on. There we go.
New Zealand Army will have the throw here, looking for clean ball again. They go to the back and over the top as they spread wide now to Carl Finlay in the middle of the field. Another strong carry as he rumbles up the field. Tiamuri. Spread wide early to cup a crown in space. Lovely footwork to find a hole. As they look again through skipper Brad Vanderheyden with another strong carry. Tiamuri rumbling closer now. As they come out the left now to strong defence from New Zealand Army yet again, the line speed.
Oh, this one's gone to them for not releasing.
New Zealand Army line speed again causing problems for Tiamuri.
Some of these substitutions that they've made early on in the second half here, DJ, is just making that difference. They seem to be gelling a little bit more as this game's going on, and things just unravelling a little bit for the Tiamuri Sub-Rugby Union.
And again, Jack Ryan finding touch. 11 metres inside the New Zealand Army half. New Zealand Army looking to find some clean line-out ball. They've been struggling this half. And they find it finally. They come out now through the back line. Jack Ryan again looking for territory, putting it in behind. Latrell Smiler Archeon is wise to it. Here comes counter-attack.
Yes!
Great offload off the ground from Latrell. New Zealand Army over the ball, being told to release it.
This is how it's been called unplayable. Maybe. Yeah, unplayable and Tiamuri because of the team going forward. We'll see the scrum.
Substitution now for New Zealand Army. Kobe Debry coming off.
Christian Limalu onto the field. Jackson commenting on the live stream. Number 8 needed back at work. 407 I lost without you. And I'm sorry, I'm not sure if TJ Oliver is the former Manawatu representative. As I was given this game late last night due to changing plans, I didn't get to do any homework.
TA go wide now to cup a crown again with ball in hand. Latrell Smiler Archeon. Out to young gun on the wing, George Pullman for his second touch of the game.
And it's penalty to Tiamuri for leaving their feet. New Zealand Army.
Grant Cottrell just calming down Latrell Smile-Aki on there. Temper starting to flare in the game.
It's been a pretty clean game, or as this touch finder might find the dead ball line. It does.
Jake Pipkin, I believe that is.
New Zealand Army will have a chance now for a scrum or a 22. And I think just with the way things are being swung at the moment, Dylan, you'd take a scrum, even though it's maybe 5 metres outside the 22.
Oh, certainly, mate. I think the scrum's really starting to level up to the Tiamuri pack now.
It's got it clouded over a bit now, and we're expecting rain on Wednesday, but not today.
Strong scrum again from Tiamuri. Win the penalty. Ooh. Great scrum again from Tiamuri there, keeping the threshold strong. Again, Grant Cottrell getting in the middle, calming the players down.
He's a well-experienced referee, and he's not someone that's afraid to stand in between two players. As a referee, you definitely pick your battles on who you want to stand in between.
Tiamuri again go for touch. And successfully finding it this time. So Tiamuri will have a line out 5 metres inside the 22. Interesting to see what the play here will be. Bev might look for the drive possibly.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad option to go to the maul if they can win the line out.
Which they have. Oh, not straight as the call. So
I actually thought New Zealand Army had pinched that against the throw for a second there. But in the end they get with the scrum. Another comment coming in on the live stream. Julie Irvine saying, "Go Daddy, kids are watching." It's great to have family and supporters and all that being able to watch the game. And apologies, I've just seen that I didn't restart the clock, and it's now updated to what the ground clock says.
Again, strong scrum from Tiamuri, walking right over the balls. They come to the left now to Cup of Crown. Beautiful ball over the top, finds Latrell Smile-Aki on. And
We'll have a replay of that in a second, folks, and just see what the end result is. We're blocked by the same gazebo in that corner.
I'm not totally sure what's happened there, Bev, whether he went for the pass inside or went for the dive in the corner.
I think he's dived in the corner, to be honest. I don't know if he's bounded it. And I'm only going by what I've seen on the camera. And there's a penalty being blown against New Zealand Army. Oh no. Yes, there is a penalty. Not too sure what that is, sorry for folks.
Certainly got me scratching my head, Bevin. I haven't picked that up.
Just a reminder that that wasn't a try, although that's what will show as a replay. As the ball came out and just was sped through the backs, and Tiamuri had the fullback on the wing, and as you can see, he's actually I think we're both right, DJ. He's tried to pass it as well as dived in the corner.
Cross back now.
was a stoppage for a couple of injured New Zealand Army players, and kudos to Grant Cottrell at least. He blew something up very similar in the first half, and he's been consistent. So I believe the scrum will be that whoever had the ball, but Tiamuri are definitely saying they had it last. Where did you see that, DJ?
Oh, looks to be New Zealand Army ball, but I think some of the Tiamuri players have a few words for Grant Cottrell here, because he's pulled a couple on the side, just having a word.
Do love that Ted Toto has just put his arm on Grant Cottrell's shoulder in a friendly fashion, we should say.
Yep.
Only in a friendly fashion. And it does look as though it will be New Zealand Army ball.
New Zealand Army will have the scrum, 2 metres inside of their own half. Another big scrum from Tiamuri. As the halfback takes it off the back and is tackled on the halfway line. New Zealand Army just having a rough disrupted here for TA, but they get the ball out and they look to come left through Cameron Milham with a strong carry in the midfield. Left again they go. Dean Trainer with another strong carry.
There's a big don't argue on that one.
Good work over the ball. Hayden Moorfield, I believe, over the ball, and TA have lost it. Ryan McNeil strips the ball in the tackle. However, knock on Tiamuri will be.
Yeah, I think that was Luke Stepney who's come in and tried to pinch that for Tiamuri over the ball to number 5, and might have just knocked it on in doing so. So it'll be a New Zealand Army scrum 10 metres inside the opposition's half. And just a reminder, folks, under the new laws that have been played this year, you can only push the metre and a half unless you're 5 metres out. Tiamuri, though, have already stolen one. Can they steal another?
Better from New Zealand Army this time as they go left. Quick hands through to the 23, Jared Deal, another strong carry. As number 9 comes off the back, links up with his prop, Harrison Black. Oh, beautiful inside ball. And it's the number 11, Taihaha Mangu. Great try.
Yeah, what a great try there by the New Zealand Army side. You'll see on the replay in a second, it was a great ball over the top to Mangu, who had a pretty easy job in the end. I think the last game, though, we commentated together, DJ, someone else had an easy try to score, and all he had to do was put the ball down after making a break and failed to do so. well, he put it down, but knocked it on. As you just see, New Zealand Army were just going strong quite heavily, and it was flicked over to his first receiver was TJ Oliver, and it was a nice ball round the back as the conversion is successful. And 17-7 now. I was waiting for an opportunity to bring up the Tiamuri missed try that day against Hautapu in the quarterfinals of the Waikato Brewery Shield. Sorry, DJ, it was Tiamuri's only scoring opportunity that day, and I think the number 12
just wasn't to be.
12 that day summed up the game for Tiamuri. I should say Tiamuri Sports.
About 10 minutes left here in the game. Tiamuri with the restart, trailing 17-7. Need to get back into this game. Nice contestable kick. It's number 5 for the Army, Lyle Fraser. Great carry. As they look to come left now into the middle of the field, using the pods. Out again to Dean Traynor, another strong carry. He's been so tough today. Penalty advantage to the Army. They'll play on for now. Another offload. They will go back and play the penalty.
Some arguing going on there, but Graham Cottrell just saying, get out of it. Don't want to hear it. I think when a game's gone a bit messy, and especially in discipline, I think as a referee, it's good man management there. Of course, at a penalty, the game is the ball's still alive. It's not dead. So maybe I'll have a chat at the line out just before the line out, if he chooses to.
Great touch find from Jack Ryan.
Small substitutions coming onto the field. Cameron Millum in jersey number 17. Wait to see who the replacement is coming off the field. Big thanks to CRV, Ecolab, AFCO, RSA, Farm Source, Roma Ag, Noldy Trust from Ray White, and Powerchill for sponsoring this match.
New Zealand Army line out just on the 10 metre line in the Tiamuri half.
So Harrison Blake coming off.
Will be the call, and still New Zealand Army struggling at line out time, Bevin.
Yeah, as you said earlier, to my question, DJ, it tends to be a mentality thing, or miscommunication between your caller and thrower. But lineouts haven't been New Zealand Army's go-to or get out of jail free card basically today.
Certainly not. It's been a bit of a Achilles heel for them today. As Tiamuri have the scrum feed. And they look to come left into the backs. Josh Bennett with a carry out to Kappa Crown, who's been impressive today. He puts the hammer down through a gap. It's a quick ball here for Tiamuri. They have an overlap. This comes out left now to Jake Pitkin. Strong carries, a little bit isolated as the ball comes flying out. Ryan McNeil there to clean up the pieces. As here's a strong carry up to the New Zealand Army 22. Great work in there from the number 10, Jack Ryan, turning the ball over to New Zealand Army. Quick ball down the right edge here.
Yeah, there's going to be trouble here for number 2, I think. Kobe Devery has just been told by penalty only. A bit of a lazy use of arms in that tackle, or lack of arms. I'm surprised that club sort of commentator taking 73 minutes actually.
I hope you didn't park there, Bevin.
Which car did it hit? DJ? Was it the red one?
I don't think it was the red one.
That's good, it's okay. If it wasn't the red one, I'm okay. If it was the red one...
Messy line out for New Zealand Army, however they do get the ball. And strong carry from the number 18, Cameron Wright. New Zealand Army on the halfway line with the ball. Come left and a lovely inside ball. Jimmy Bergen. And again links up with Dylan Hyde, who's still going. Strong carry from Dylan Hyde. New Zealand Army playing off the back of this. As they go wide now. Out to their number 11, Taiaha Mangu. Great defence. It's Kappa Crown out on the right edge. Army scored in the corner. Just look to see who it is. Not sure who scored that, Ben.
No, I was blindsided by all the other players and I didn't even see legs move, to be honest. But nonetheless, DJ. Another 5 pointers to the New Zealand Army as we're closing the end of this match. It's been a pretty decent game of rugby, wouldn't you say?
Sure has, mate. Been a lovely, positive game. Both teams have taken the ball by the horns and played some beautiful running rugby. Possibly Elijah Fraser's come up with that try there. Have a look and see on the replay.
Only a one camera system, folks, so we'll have to wait and see. It's a well weighted pass out to the left hand wing, ball back inside to the 23 of Jared Deal. And I believe it's just that player there picking it up. And from the player on the ground, I think it was Elijah Fraser wearing number 5. Because you couldn't see him there. And he was definitely there. One day, folks, we'll have multiple cameras going at some point. Just costs money, is all. Sometimes even running the one camera's a bit hard. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you join in on this game. As the conversion is going to be short. So remain 22-7 with a couple of minutes to go. And talking about the live stream, folks, if you're in Tiamuri next weekend, get yourselves down to ASB Stadium here in Tiamuri. New Zealand Wheelchair Rugby Low Pointers Championships taking place both Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there live streaming the final and possibly another game, but doing some officiating as well. There's a partners match where everyone gets involved, hops in the chair and have some fun. Awesome weekend.
Restart taken down by the number 5 and try scorer Elijah Fraser. As the Army look to come left here and possibly a clearance kick or a crossfield kick rather. TA watch it bounce and cleaned up by Jared Deal, the number 23 for New Zealand Army.
Great example there, DJ of never letting an over ball bounce.
We do have a substitution who's just come on the field for Tiamuri. Riley Emery is on, and jersey number 21 by the looks of it. Come on for crowd favourite, Ted Todor. Just had to make sure that was Ted Todor because I still don't recognise it.
Oh, well, just go by what the program has.
Yep.
Was told it was correct, so. And told by a Tiamuri person as well. Even though Ted is a Otaronga boy.
Tiamuri looks to come left now. Through the back line to cup a crown on the wraparound.
Yeah, there's an advantage for that height though.
Clipped a little high from New Zealand Army. Penalty. Quick tap taken by Tiamuri, back out to the scupper ground. As they come left through Josh Bennett. Josh Bennett with footwork, finding a hole. Penalty advantage again towards Tiamuri. Play on for now though is the call. As they play quick ball out to the right. And Mana. Ball to ground, they will play the penalty.
I think Tiamuri's just going to tap and go here again.
Yep. There is the tap. They give it to the captain, Brad Vanderhayden, for a carry. Defence up to Hamilton.
If not, Waiohu or Linton.
Inside ball to the new man on the field, Riley Emery. Bit messy at the back here for TA as they try and clean it up now through Josh Bennett.
Another penalty going against New Zealand Army there. I think that was for height again.
Josh Bennett still down on his haunches here, Bev.
I think that might be from that collision that you heard from around the world. Definitely a good slap.
They felt that at the Awamutu Rugby Club and under the mountain out at Porongia, that collision. So they go for the quick tap again here. And it's Manahi Golton this time. Defence again up to meet them. They come out left now and a quick face ball. Tiamuri running it through the forwards. Ooh. Lovely hands on display here as they recycle again. Out wide now. Latrell Smile-Archeon puts it on the boot. Out to George Pullman. Just misses the bounce. Penalty Tiamuri again.
Tell you what, I'm going to send that highlight right there to Aaron Lefford, the assistant referee, because he did a pretty decent job of getting out, making sure the ball didn't hit him. You're wondering what happens if
again. Manahi Galton's going to tap it, and he'll feed the skipper Brad Vanderhayden on another strong carry. Nice quick ball. Carl Finlay getting over the ruck. Penalty again, Tiamuri.
Leaving the feet is the call.
As they spread wide now. Quick ball out to Kappa Crown again.
Not 10 is the call. This time is up by our clock and the ground clock here. So in referee's time at the moment.
One more go here for Tiamuri, possibly a consolation try. Nahi Galton with the tap. Great defence again by the New Zealand Army. Quick ball out to the left. Latrell Smile-Archeon with the ball in hand. Beats the first defender. Gets taken to ground. Tiamuri are very close to the try line here. Carl Finlay with a carry. As Ryan McNeil marshals his troops. And again. Oh! Great ball out. Still there for Tiamuri. As they come again out to the right. The forward's just rumbling forward. Now just inches away from the try line here. New Zealand Army being told to leave it.
New advantage being played by Tiamuri.
Manahi Galton gets driven back by strong defence. Elijah Fraser again off the line. Josh Bennett, quick ball out. Out to Te Kapa Crown. Te Kapa Crown on the outside. Scores. Te Kapa Crown gets over in the corner for a consolation try for Tiamuri.
Yeah, well, he started the scoring for Tiamuri and the match, and it's going to finish it as well. It was a pretty decent move and some good passage of play finally from the Tiamuri Rugby sub-union playing in this one, but it's going to become too little too late. So have a look at the replay here.
After Manahi Galton gets driven back by New Zealand Army, they look for the quick ball out wide, which they find. Josh Bennett, great hands, as they find Te Kapa Crown on the outside, who just too much pace for New Zealand Army number 10, Jack Ryan, and goes over in the corner.
But big thanks to New Zealand Army for coming up and playing Tiamuri.
Looks like Ted Total is going to take the conversion here.
Well, if you wanted some evidence on Ted Total, if it was Ted Total, I think that's it. The guy who's usually a tight end prop. But that is the final whistle here. So big thanks to New Zealand Army for being involved today, and Tiamuri Sub Rugby Union's 100th year, sorry, not 50th. 50 times 2 we'll go with. Big thanks to all those people who have put on what has been a pretty impressive day here. The present first 15 beating the past first 15 in the curtain raiser, and New Zealand Army just a bit too strong. Dylan Jeffries, final words from you?
No, awesome day to be out here, mate. Great game, great running rugby, and New Zealand Army, too good on the day. Very well done to both sides. They put on a great spectacle for the crowd, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, well done on all those that have turned up today for this one. On behalf of Bev's Broadcasting and Dylan Jeffries, my name is Bevin Jenkinson. Thank you for tuning in. Take care out there, everybody, and ka kite anō.